Is meal planning, creating a grocery list, and shopping just a struggle for you? Do you loathe the idea of having to plan out what to eat for the entire week? Are you not sure if the meals you're making even fit into your nutrition plan? The good news is there's an app for that. And in today's episode, I'm going to share with you my favorite meal planning apps for 2025. If you're all about technology doing the heavy lifting for you, you're going to want to listen to today's episode. So grab a pen and paper to take some notes and let's go. If you're listening to this episode, you probably already know the benefits of meal planning for the week, but let's go ahead and just talk about them anyways. Meal planning is one of those things that I feel like is a non-negotiable. You have to do this because there are so many benefits for you if you do meal plan. And the alternative to not meal planning is basically just chaos and swinging through the nearest fast food restaurant on your drive home from work or throwing a frozen pizza in the oven. Basically things that are just not what we want to do on a daily basis. So meal planning is going to save you so much time. How many times have you not meal planned and then you're like, well, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? I'm just going to swing by the grocery store and pick up a few items. Now you're wasting a bunch of time by going to the grocery store every night. Plus, you're also wasting a bunch of money. Meal planning is going to save you so much money because you're able to look at what you already have on hand and create meals based off of what you already have. And then you can create a grocery list based off of what you need and not buy a bunch of extra stuff. When you just go to the grocery store without a plan, you wind up buying a lot of extra stuff. You know, it goes back to that whole saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's very true with meal planning. Plus, you're going to get healthier choices. If you are planning out your meals in advance, you're not getting to the moment where you're starving and you're like, just give me anything. I'll eat everything that I see in my path. When you meal plan, you have a plan that you will follow and you can follow so that you can take in healthier foods and allow for those healthier choices. And that's also going to encourage more mindful eating because it allows you to kind of figure out, okay, what do I actually want? I know that I need a protein. I know I need a carbohydrate. I know I need some fat, fruit, vegetable. And then you can pick and choose what you want, again, based off of what you have available, but also what sounds good then, instead of waiting until the last minute and then you're just going to eat whatever because you're just so hungry. It's also going to reduce food waste. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people that are like, well, I bought a bunch of vegetables from the grocery store and then they just sat in the drawer of my refrigerator and I never used them. You know what? If you had a plan, you wouldn't have wasted those vegetables. And if you had planned out your meals and created your grocery list, you wouldn't have bought extra vegetables that you weren't going to use because you were only going to then buy what's on your grocery list, which again is going to save you time and money. It's also going to reduce a ton of stress for you. If you, again, don't have a plan, it just creates chaos and that becomes very stressful. So bottom line here is to make sure that you spend a little bit of time planning out your meals for the week. And these apps will really simplify things for you. Now, let's talk about those meal planning apps for 2025. These are in no specific order, but I have several of them for you. After today's episode, you can go ahead and download some of them, figure out what works for you, and then from there, stick with one of the apps. The first one is Mealtime. So Mealtime is a great app because you can search based off of the ingredients that you already have in your kitchen. It's going to create an organized shopping list for you. So it's going to say in the dairy section, you need to get milk and cheese, or in the meat section, you need to get chicken or ground beef, those types of things. It's going to organize your list based off of where things are in the grocery store. I think the best part about this app is you can actually order groceries directly from the app. You don't even need to go to the store. You can just go ahead and hit send and they will order your groceries for you. You can have them delivered to your house and then you don't even have to leave your house to get your groceries, which is, I think, is way cool. You can also put in what dietary restrictions that you have. So let's say you are gluten-free or you can't have dairy or maybe you can't have eggs. You can filter recipes based off of what your restrictions are. And it's also going to include all the nutrition facts for each of the recipes that they are showing you. Plus, it's going to give you ingredient substitution suggestions So let's say you're at the grocery store and you need to get limes and they don't have limes available. It's going to give you a suggestion on what you can get instead. I think those are all great features. Number 2 on my list is Meal Prep Pro. Meal Prep Pro is actually a really cool app for people that want to meal prep their meals and not just cook dinner each night or cook their meals each day. So with this app, you can create meal prep plans for you and also your significant other. So if you're going to be eating the same meals together, but your needs are different, it will actually figure that out for you, which I think is so cool because that saves you a ton of time and a ton of energy figuring that out. You can also choose recipes from their app to fill into your nutrition plan, and it will calculate your macros for you. And you can also use this as a calorie counting or a macro counting app as well. And it will create your grocery list for you. So it kind of does everything in one app as far as meal prepping goes. Now, there is a monthly fee to go along with this, but most of these apps are going to have an in-app purchase anyways. Number 3 is called Plan to Eat. So this is focused more on simplicity, and it allows you to import recipes and create meal plans and grocery lists. And so I think the best thing about this is that you can track your batch cooked frozen recipes. So if you are like me and you want to save money and time when you are cooking, you batch cook some things and you put in the freezer. So this app will actually track your inventory of your batched recipes in your freezer, which is so cool because now then you don't have lost food at the bottom of your freezer that you didn't even know existed from 2 years ago. You know, I could schedule in this recipe that's in my freezer for Thursday night because it's already available. Some other features that this app has is you can schedule all your meals with your saved recipes. So this includes breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. You can import recipes from anywhere, any website, plus create your own. It's going to create a grocery list for you that's organized by the store and the aisle. It's going to give you step-by-step instructions for recipes, and it's going to allow you to calculate the macros for any recipe as well. Number 4 is Supercook. Supercook is an app where you can just type in whatever ingredient that you have on hand, and it's going to give you recipes based off of those ingredients. If you don't type in an ingredient, it's going to assume all you have is salt and pepper. So you can actually go ahead and put in some inventory of what you already have in your house, which would take a little bit of time. But once you get that in there, then it's basically done. So you can say, I have chicken, I have pasta, I have rice, I have ground beef, I have salmon, I have frozen broccoli, things along those lines. And then it will spit out a bunch of recipes for you based off of what you already have. And then you can meal plan, drag the recipes around, so meal plan what you're going to have for each meal of each day of the week. And it's going to create your grocery list for you. And of course, you can search by dietary restriction as well. There are so many apps available for you now with meal planning that it's going to make meal planning such a breeze. Now, if you are not a technology person and you're like, apps are not my thing, then listen to my episode on how you can meal plan for the week in 10 minutes or less. I will drop that link below for you to listen to that podcast episode. And if you know a girlfriend that could benefit from this as well, which I'm sure you do, please feel free to share this with them as well.